I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll fight
Fighting for my brothers, we can go to war. Fighting for my father, I will give my life for. I feel so alone in this white man's world. Whip it in the kitchen, watch that white turn pearl. Standing on the corner, standing on my phone. Standing with my gangsters, but I'm standing on my own. If you got to be alone, split you like you be alone. Sacrifice my life, understanding each his own. Toast to the keys of success. Bel Air rose on my breath. I've been a student since '03, and we can fight till we see peace.
I fight like that. 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 I fight like that.
Let me holler at you for a minute, give you game. Real scrappy, love to buy the Buddha bang. Trigger happy, and everybody in the game. You shot your family and didn't even know it, man. Same rules, same code, with a different slang. Struck him out, and now they took him out the picture frame. Mama, don't cry, we gon' get by. 2 weeks later, got killed in a drive-by. Go why? Must we fight amongst each other? Reach one, each one, teach one, my brother. I teach them how to fight on the grass and in the class. Snoop Dogg, all stars, yes sir, they coming fast. D1, football, we won. Now proud of my son, Lil Snoop, yes sir, cause he won. Right on, SC, fight on. We 100, keep it coming, dip, slip, slide on, light on.
I fight like that. 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 I fight like that.
Watching the warriors, the story of the rebels. You from the ghetto, did you know never to settle? I'm shooting common on the streets, I'm a pharaoh. Battling in African-American apparel. This on a t-shirt, youngins doing street work. Grinding till they teeth hurt, that's because they need work. Working till the feet hurt, trying to get my soul right. Used to be on old bikes, serving them that cold white. Wars in the winters, the block is hot in summers. Today's mathematics, we know it's strength in numbers. To the bosses and the runners, the hustlers and the stunners. We fight for the hundreds, we fight for the oneness.
He fights with the heat. He fights with the sleet. He said, I am who I am. I can't be beat. Nobody has won a war against me.
I fight like that. 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 I fight.
I'm here to talk about success, right? The first rule of success is to have a vision. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. It's like you can have the best ship in the world, you can have the best airplane in the world. If the pilot or the captain doesn't know where to go, it will just drift around. It will not end up anywhere, or most likely in the wrong place. So I was very fortunate that I stumbled onto my vision. I mean, as you know, I was born in 1947 in Austria after the Second World War. And I didn't really like Austria when I grew up. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't see myself becoming a farmer or a worker in a factory or anything like that, even though my parents wanted me to stay there and have a normal life. My father wanted me to become a police officer like he was. My mother wanted me just to stay there and marry a girl with the name of Heidi, hopefully, and have a bunch of kids and run around like the Van Trapp family in The Sound of Music. But that was their vision, not mine. My vision was totally different. I felt that I was born for something special, for something unique, for something big. Do you know how great it felt that I knew where I was going? Imagine the majority of people don't know where they're going. It's when you have a goal, when you have a vision, everything becomes easy. Because remember that in America, for instance, when you study, you will see the percentage of people that like their jobs. 74% hate their job in America. Now, there is not much different when you come to Europe. The majority of people don't like what they're doing because they're really not doing it because they didn't have a goal and they followed this goal. They just aimlessly drift around, and then all of a sudden there's a job opening, so they get that job because you have to work. But then when you work, it's a chore. It's work. It's not fun. So if you think about, only a quarter of the people really enjoy what they're doing in life. That is unbelievable if you think about it. So I felt so blessed that I knew what I was doing. It's like a medical student that studies and knows he wants to become a doctor. You know where to go. So I knew where to go. So people always ask me, when they saw me in the gym in the pumping iron days, they said, why is it that you're working out so hard? 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, and you have always a smile on your face. The others are working out just as hard as you do, and they look sour in the face. Why is that? And I told people all the time, I said, because to me, I'm shooting for a goal. In front of me is the Mr. Universe title. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision turn into reality. Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight that I lift will get me a step closer to turn this goal into reality. So I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound squat. I couldn't wait to do another 500-pound bench press. I couldn't wait to do another 2,000 reps of sit-ups. I couldn't wait for the next exercise, for the next half hour of posing and all the kind of things that you have to do to be a champion. And with the age of 20, I went to London and I won the Mr. Universe contest as the youngest Mr. Universe ever. And it was because I had a goal. So let me tell you something, visualizing a goal and going after it makes it fun. You got to have a purpose no matter what you do in life. You got to have a purpose. So that's rule number one, have a vision. Rule number two is, don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the naysayers. Everything I ever did, the thing that I heard out of people's mouth was, that's impossible. That can't be done. Or no. So whenever someone said to me, it can't be done, I heard it can be done. When they said no, I heard yes. And when they said it's impossible, I heard it is possible. I'm a strong believer of what Nelson Mandela said. that everything is always impossible until someone does it. Well, I'm going to be the one, I said to myself, I'm going to do it and I'm going to show it to them. Maybe it has never been done before. That's perfectly fine with me. But I'm going to do it. And I did not listen to the naysayers. Next thing, the third point that I'm going to make to you is, before we sit down with Jürgen and talk about the rest of the three, is work your ass off. There is no magic pill. There is no magic out there. You cannot get around. You have to work and work and work. And it drives me crazy when people say they don't have enough time to go to the gym for 45 minutes a day and work out, or to do something for 45 minutes to an hour a day to improve, if it is physically improve or if it is mentally to improve. Imagine you read 1 hour a day about history. How much you will learn after 365 hours in 1 year. Think about if you study about the history of musicians, of composers, how much you would know. Imagine if you would work on the business, on some business that you want to develop every day for an hour. Imagine how further along you will go and get. So it drives me nuts because when people say we don't have the time, we have 24 hours a day. We sleep 6 hours a day, so that gives you still 18 hours. And there's someone shaking their head out here in front to say probably, I don't sleep 6 hours, I sleep 8 hours, right? But just sleep faster. So we have 18 hours a day. The average person works around 8 to 10 hours. So let's assume it's 10 hours, so we have 8 hours left. Then you travel around an hour a day, maybe 2 hours a day. So now you have still 6 hours left. So what do you do with the 6 hours? What do you do with the 6 hours? Then we eat a little bit, then we schmooze a little bit, talk a little bit to people and all that stuff. But you can see how much time there is available if you organize your day. So you got to work hard. I mean, let me tell you something. When I went to America, I went to college. I went and worked out 5 hours a day. And I was working on construction. Because in those days in bodybuilding, there was no money. I didn't have the money for food supplements or anything. So I had to go to work. So I worked on construction. I went to college. I worked out in the gym. And at night, from 8 o'clock at night to 12 midnight, I went to acting class 4 times a week. So I did all that. There was not one single minute that I wasted. I became very friendly with Muhammad Ali in the 70s. And Muhammad Ali worked his butt off. And I saw it firsthand. And I remember that there was a sports writer that was there in the gym when he was working out and he was doing sit-ups. And they asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't start counting until it hurts. Now think about that. He doesn't start counting his sit-ups until he feels pain. That's when he starts counting. That is working hard. And so you can't get around the hard work. It doesn't matter who it is. As a matter of fact, I believe what Ted Turner said. Work like hell and advertise. You get it? Work like hell, go to bed, and early to rise, work like hell and advertise. So you work your ass off, and then you let the world know about your work. That's what it is all about. Let people know. If you have a company, if you have a movie, if you do a sports, work your ass off, but then advertise and let everyone know. I hate Plan B. And I tell you why. because we have so many doubters, as I've said earlier, the no sayers. We have so many of those people that say no and you can't do it, it's impossible. That is okay because we just turn off, as I said earlier, and we listen and we hear the no being a yes. You can't do it, do it. You can do it, and all of that. So that is possible to do that amongst all the negative people around you. But when you start doubting yourself, that's very dangerous. Because now what you're basically saying is that if my plan doesn't work, I have a fallback plan. I have a plan B. And that means that you start thinking about plan B, and every thought that you put into plan B, you're taking away now that thought and that energy from plan A. And, and it's very important to understand that we function better if there is no safety net, because plan B becomes a safety net. It says that if I fail, then I fall and I get picked up and I have something else there that will protect me. And that's not good because people perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B. To me, it is very dangerous to have a plan B because you're cutting yourself off from the chance of really succeeding. And the reason, one of the main reasons why people want to have a plan B is because they are worried about failing. What is if I fail, then I don't have anything else? Well, let me tell you something. Don't be afraid of failing because there's nothing wrong with failing. You have to fail in order to climb that ladder. There's no one that doesn't fail. We all fail. It's okay. What is not okay is that when you fail, you stay down. Whoever stays down is a loser. And winners will fail and get up, fail and get up, fail and get up. You always get up. That is a winner. That is a winner. Hey, we all lose. We all have losses. This is okay. And this is why I say don't be worried about losing, because when you're afraid of losing, then you get frozen. You get stiff. You're not relaxed. You got to be, in order to perform well in anything, if it's in boxing or if it is on your job or with your thinking, is only happening when you relax. So relax. It's okay to fail. Let's just go all out and give it everything that you got. That's what it is all about. So don't be afraid to fail. This is one of my 6 rules to success. You can only feel complete as a person if you think about what can you do for your fellow member around you that maybe needs help. I felt like that everyone has a different motivation why you get into that. I I was an immigrant going to America, and I saw how America was the most generous country in the world. I mean, they opened up their arms to me, they helped me, they invited me for Thanksgiving dinner. The people, they brought me, the bodybuilders in the gym brought me plates to my apartment because I had no plates, I had no silverware, I had no bedware, I had no pillows, I had no blanket, I had no TV, I had no radio, I had nothing. They brought it to my apartment. They helped me. And I saw that firsthand, this generosity in America. And I said to myself, as an immigrant that is being embraced with open arms, that I need to go and make sure that I give something back. I'm here to talk about.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. We all live in this bubble. What you got to do to get the life that God wants you to have, you got to put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. Look, I love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things. That ain't happening. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary is cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra. You put extra on top of ordinary, and you come up with extraordinary. It's no other way. I'm sorry. But here's the fact. All of you have extraordinary capabilities. All of you. You have to decide if you are willing to do the things to put you in that category. Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. The stock market been open 2 hours. They already making decisions about your life, and your ass was asleep. The Bible says, he who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. He who loves to sleep and the folding of hands, poverty will set upon you like a thief in the night. I'm going to ask you one question, I'm going to go. How many of you in here know somebody who loves to sleep? Who knows somebody that loves to sleep? Let me ask you something. Ain't they Poe?
Ooh, wait. Woo! Oh, my goodness. Ready for revolution. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, peace and power. Brother Eric Teray Muhammad here with you live and direct in the wonderful world of cyberspace. I'm here. Class is in session, and we are in LA today. That's right. Lovely Atlanta for some of y'all. It's indeed an honor, a privilege, and pleasure to be with you this morning. I took time to play out two particular clips because we need to really understand, and maybe not you so much on the stream, but we really need to understand the power and the preciousness and the sacredness of time. It is just that critical to us because once it's gone, it doesn't come back. I remember Brother Carlito Muhammad from California Radio. My brother said we were on, I forgot what show we were. We might have been on Midday with, he might have been on Midday with Tay and Toya. Okay. And he said, like right now, what time is it? You know, we started this show at 3 o'clock. Well, guess what? 3 o'clock is gone. It's never coming back. That 3 o'clock is gone. You know, and he was making reference to the preciousness of time, how to utilize and maximize every second of your day. You know, I found some very telling points in what both shared. Steve Harvey in the short acknowledgement there, and the elongated presentation from Arnold Schwarzenegger. We cut it down and condensed it as much as possible because we wanted you to understand what they understood about success. Success comes through work. Success is never accidental. You can be rich accidentally, rather. But you can't be wealthy that way. You can be rich accidentally, but you can't be successful accidentally. There's a process, there's a plan, there's a procedure in place that must be followed in order for you to reap the benefit of what you seek, of what you dream, of what you envision. It is just that critical and just that important. So we're going to take a look at our theme for today. This is session 28 of Classes in Session. And man, I can't tell you how excited it always leaves me to be able to share like this in this opportunity with us. So you are the magic. That title, You Are the Magic, Build a Business, Not a Job, comes from two veins. You Are the Magic was given to us by our CEO and founder from Wealth Builders Worldwide, Mr. Tyrone Best. And if you don't have that particular audio, it's powerful. Just go to mywbw.net. Go to your Wealth Builders Worldwide .info or .net training site. Okay, that is the how-to of all the principles of networking. But in terms of what we have and what we offer, it gives you everything in the world of wealth building in terms of its principles and how to grow your business and carry bars international. So there's a section there. If you go to the media section, there's several downloads, audios on recruitment, audios on personal development. There are slide presentations that show you how to make the presentations that we make at our 12 noon and 9 p.m. and live events. These things are critical. This is arsenal for your war chest. You know, these are your tools to hone in and sharpen your craft. Okay, so please, by all means, take advantage of all of it. I want to thank all of y'all for shouting out your and representing your wealth building teams, Team Audacity, Team Golden Visionaries, Team Legacy Building, Team Freedom, Team Union. Look, why do I ask us to do that? Because I want to show the power of our unity. I want to show us that when we grow our teams, we all win. That's the power in it. When we do this, it shows that we're not isolated. When we do this and give those kind of shout outs, it shows us that we're in the opportunity for ourselves, but not by ourselves. You know, it echoes volumes to that which we say all of the time. People are able to see it. People are able to see it when you share the streams. People are able to see it when they go to the YouTube channels for playback. People are able to see it in our interaction virtually. There's so much power and presence coming out of what we do, you see, and people then may not be struggling as much with it right now. Before they were struggling, how can y'all be so happy, Jack, and the whole world is crumbling around us? Well, the key to understanding that is that the world is crumbling around us, but not our world. We're in it and we're not of it, you see, and that's the power of what we represent, you know. So let me share this with you. You Are the Magic. It came from part of that. The other part, Build a Business, Not a Job. This is the book that I wanted to share with you a couple of days ago. I know, brother David Logan, I know he ordered it. He told me he has the book. You know, this is from David Finkel and Stephanie Harkness. I couldn't remember Stephanie's name. Stephanie Harkness. Okay. And Build a Business, Not a Job. This is the opportunity you have in front of you. Okay. I'm going to give you a little bit of the dust cover. The dust cover is what they call the paper cover that goes over the book that keeps it from getting damaged. Well, anyway, it says, build an owner independent company and get your life back. According to the Wells Fargo Gallup Small Business Index, the average small business owner works 52 hours a week, with more than 20% working 7 days a week. The U.S. Census Bureau says 88.6% of all U.S.-based companies still require the owner to be there as the primary person responsible for core functions like producing their product or service, managing the day-to-day operations, or managing the financial aspects of the business. If you're a business owner who wants to accelerate your company's growth, but do it in a way that enables you to get your life back, he goes on, the reader's going to say, or the writer's going to say that this book is for them. So Build a Business, Not a Job. I found tremendous value in the book, and that's why I shared it. Okay. There's several. I have man, my library is, you know, I had to thank God for the kind of wife I have. My library is amazing because We suck up books around here like a vacuum cleaner might suck up dirt. You know, we get these books and everybody's a reader. I wasn't always a reader. I didn't learn how to read and write until I was in my 20s. Okay. And that was a choice. That wasn't because of anything that my parents failed in doing. All the tools were there, but I had an attraction to what was beyond the brick and mortar of schools and all that tra-la-la. I was in the street. I was in those trenches. But being in those trenches, it wasn't anything revolutionary about it other than the fact of the ways I found to create getting what I needed. You know, I loved the glitz and the bling of the streets. I loved the high platform shoes. I wasn't always 6'4", okay, 6 feet 4 inches. I was much shorter, and people had marshmallow shoes. They were wearing marshmallows. Y'all remember marshmallows with a sole and heels about this tall? And we would wear with flares and bell-bottom pants. Yeah, I came up in that era. Yeah, I was like Huggy Bear. Okay, so at any rate, that's what I was attracted to, though. I was attracted to what was happening in the street. I was attracted to the fact that people were able to do things outside of the norm and get away with it. At least what I perceived as being getting away with it. When I'm saying, I'm not talking about necessarily illegal. I'm talking about getting their hustle on, their grind on, and not having to submit to what I saw as normal. Because as a child then, I saw a glimpse of what every millennial saw in their life today. You know, when you look at your parents and they want you to dress like they do. I wanted my millennial children to dress like I did. I wanted them to go to work. I wanted them to punch a clock. I wanted them to get the things that I did not get, negating my own success, you know, in terms of the talent and skill set that God had blessed me to bless me with. I was negating it. Okay. But the children would look at me and like, yeah, I can dress up like you. I can apply for that job. I can lie for it. I can get references. I can fabricate some stuff, but I'm still going to come home broke, and I'm working every day. He said, no, I don't want to be like you. That's what my son would say. That's what my daughters would say. No, daddy, no, I love you, but man, please. You know, because that was not in the cards for them. All right. So I appreciate what Mr. Finkel and Ms. Harkness put together in this book. I would recommend to anybody who just wants to get an idea. You might have a business already that is in operation, and you just need an idea on how to maneuver. But I want to show you that you already have it by being a wealth builder. Those of you who are wealth builders in this opportunity through Caribars International. So you are the magic. Build a business, not a job. There are 3 levels of business that are identified in the process from Finkel and Harkness. They sound like a law firm, right? They identify the first stage, which is a startup business, which gives you no control or no freedom because you're starting up. Everything begins and ends with you. All right. Then the level 2 is the owner reliant company, where it depends on you, but because you have to be there in control, you have no freedom. So you have control, but you have no freedom. But what you have in Caribars, this is the opportunity. You have the owner independent company. You have total control and total freedom. Total control and total freedom. How can you say that? Well, it's quite simple, because this is an opportunity where we finance our freedom and it gives us back our time. You see, today is payday in Caribars. Today is payday in Caribars. And you know what I did? I did the first thing that comes with our housekeeping rules. That's right. I paid myself first, folk. That was the first thing I did. When I finally went to my back office, and I saw what was there, I was like, Hosanna, Hosanna, oh glory. And then I went on and took care of me. I know y'all don't believe it. Y'all think I just be talking. Y'all think I be talking. I'm not going to show you my back office, but I will show you here. Can y'all see that? Caribars, thank you for your purchase. Dear Eric, thank you for your payment, and it cuts off. That should be enough for you. You know, I take care of it as soon as it comes in. I follow that wealth principle that I attempt to share with you, because that wealth principle will save you and I. It saves us. It helps us to develop that freedom we seek. It helps us to shore up and dig our well before we need the water. It helps us to prepare for the generations that will come well after we are gone. Remember, you know, when I gave you the example of the interview, I'm going to get that interview one day and I'll share it. But when the sister interviewed me in Belgium some weeks ago, she asked me something way off the cuff for me. She said, "How do you want to be remembered?" And I said, "Often." You know, I said, "Often." That's how I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered often. But what do I want to be remembered for? You see, I want to be remembered for doing those things that created a better and greater reality for everyone coming into the world after me. And I would think that that's something that all of us would want to some extent. Okay. I would think that. Michigan Millionaires, Teddy Howard, you crazy, man. Good to see you, brother. Danny James, give Dylan a hug for me the first chance you get. So, you know, these are the things that, you know, I would hope you want to be remembered for. It's a heck of a chastisement, I believe, to leave this world and just be remembered for debt. You know, you have an independent owned business where you can leave that business. You can will that business over to your family and loved ones. You can't do that with a job. So our role in this is to build a business and not a job. Okay, so let's try to move with this thing. Housekeeping rules. The way to change the nature of our experiences is to change the nature of our thoughts. Those things happen when we plug in, folks. Those things happen when we put ourselves in position to benefit from, you know, our existence, to benefit from our surroundings. Okay, we do like brother Pastor Dominic Curry says, we ignore the noise. We shut it out all around us, because what we do is we build upon an infrastructure that's already in place for us, a system that is already there for us that allows us to nurture and feed off it like a baby feeds off the breast of the mother. And we grow into our greatness. We grow into our aspirations. We grow into our dreams. So power call, 10:45 Eastern time this morning on www.goldrocks.info. It will feature the one and only, the whiz kid, Rodney Berger. Mr. Rodney Berger will be on the set today. And of course, at 12 noon, we have our noon presentation, and that will be given by the illustrious brother Dante Taylor, Mr. Gold Collector himself. And this evening at 9 p.m., we'll be graced with the other part of that Taylor gang. That's right. We're going to be blessed with the what do you call it? The millennial multimillionaire. I think that's how you say it. You know, Brother Matthew Taylor will be on at 9 p.m. tonight. And then I'm also very, very honored and happy to announce the return of my brother and friend from Strong Island, New York, Brother Carlito Muhammad. He's returning to the airwaves, folks. He's been behind the veil long enough. He wants to come out now and let you know that you no longer have to go off to see the wizard at Kafani Radio and listen to him through a booming black dot. No, he's coming forth live and direct himself, debuting this month coming, June 2020. Spotlight with your host, Brother Carlito Muhammad, CEO and founder of Kafani Radio. And I'm very excited that he's out and about and back out there again. Man, it's going to be amazing. Hey, Brother T, good to see you. Assalamu alaikum. You know, it's going to be a really powerful treat, you know, to see him out there doing what he does best, communicating opportunities to people in all aspects of health, social consciousness, wealth, entertainment, sports. You know, Carlito is half man, half amazing. And if you don't know, you will. And then tonight, 9 p.m. on the Kafani Radio platform, we have Collective Enlightenment with Sister El Ruby Bay and their team. They'll all be in the house, so make sure that you make yourself available for those programs that we're sharing with you today. And what can I say about what you heard and the what we shared about those levels of business? Let me bring it to you this way. There are 3 levels of making money, and you really want to get to level 3. Okay? You really want to get to level 3. All right. Level 1, when we talked about that startup, 97% of all people are in the startup or employee phase. That's where they are. Okay. And that basically means that 97% are at level 1, selling time for money. Okay. Day jobs, consulting, corporate employment, etc. This is not scalable, folks, meaning you cannot measure or build wealth from a linear income that you do not control. All right. This is not scalable, and there's no true financial or wealth building upside to it. All right. This is how the majority of society spends 40 years of their lives. Some of us on this stream have done just that, because we did not necessarily know better, or it came along at a time where it was better. But you see where the dollar has gone today. You see where the economy has gone today. This thing is so bad. You run out of sidewalk to play kick the can. You can no longer kick the debt and the balloon payment down the road, down the road, down the road. You're going to break your foot in the next kick because everything is up against the wall. This is really true. And then you have 2% of the people, okay, who are at level 2. This is that side of investment. T, you probably appreciate this because, you have a tax firm. You also deal in real estate. I mean, you and your family dabble, and you dabble successfully. You're very strong with it. Okay. So 2% of the people are at level 2, investments that pay them money, like dividends, real estate, etc. Okay. This interaction provides an upside where the money begins to make you money. But that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning, because in that side of it, you're enjoying an upgrade to life's pleasures, but they still carry notes. They still carry debts, and you're just moving them along aboard manageably. But wouldn't you like to be free of all of it? And then you have that 1% of the people that's at level 3. That's multiple streams of income and have people working for you. Now, multiple streams of income, yeah, you can experience that on level 2, but multiple streams of income generally means that you're getting a little bit from here, you're getting a little bit from there, but none of them are performing at the same pace as the other, because you have to devote time and attention to one of them to maximize at any given point. You see? So what do we mean by that level 3, multiple streams of income? Well, it's normally identified in society as, again, dividends, real estates, but it also includes service-oriented franchises like a business. Certain businesses, lawn care, a car wash, a dry cleaners, whatever these things are that allow you to include help where they provide the services to your customers, and it doesn't require your time to be there all the time. So you get your time freedom, you get some financial freedom, right? Okay. And you get some location freedom, because if you're not obligated to being in that brick and mortar, you have more time to maximize your lifestyle or maximize other goals or other dreams that you might have. Well, Karatbars International affords you all of this. Why? Number 1 is free to join, and you can earn while you learn. We have a business model that allows you to just save in gold. You save in gold, you refer other people, and you'll make money. You can save in gold and just build on the gold that you save and not tell anybody, and the value of it will allow you to build. Well, they say, well, look, this question was put to me just yesterday, as a matter of fact, in a 3-way call, when the gentleman asked me, And I want to thank Brother Miguel for including me into that call. Thank you, brother. But when the gentleman asked, well, if I don't want to refer people, if I don't want to be on that side of it, how do I make money? How do I make commission? I said, you have a business. You can do it from your business alone. You can do it with your family alone. So he structured himself where he signed up for a free gold saving account. And then under his referral, he signed up his business, his accounting business. So now he signed up his accounting business. His accounting business will have, he's going to have a multi-pack VIP. His accounting business will have a package, right? And it's going to earn commissions, and he's going to save in that account as well as do his classic autos exchange in the primary account, meaning his own account. He's going to do that with his business, and he's going to do it with his wife. So what's going to happen? They're going to continuously feed their blessing. She saves in gold. She has a package. He saves in gold in the VIP. He has a package. He gets a commission off of both of those entities. So he receives a discount against those packages purchased, but he also receives residual income off of providing or feeding the business through those entities, his accounting business as well as his wife. But wait, they're not only doing that, they're saving in gold, and the wife has a business also. So they're all saving in gold. He's going to see residual monthly from the gold that is saved and the gold products that are purchased and the multi-gold business packages that are acquired inside just their business. He's not referring anyone else. They're just working it. And their working it is allowing him to make a fortune. You see? It is just that powerful of a tool. Hey, Brother Franklin, wa alaikum salam. You know, so this is where this and Brother Franklin, also known as Brother Alamal Allah. Listen, you have some tremendous product, brother, and I think that we can collaborate on some things to get your FOI jackets and hoodies and all those things out. Still, I mean, I saw them. I mean, I've seen you each Savior's Day, but I was really, really impressed this past February in Detroit, but I just couldn't get to you in the way that I desired because of the way I was functioning on behalf of the final call. But I really want to get with you, and let's exchange each other's math and make sure we get it done. Okay, so I'm gonna reach out to you on your inbox, and I'm gonna put my numbers there for you. Love you, brother. Glad to see you. And excuse me, that was just a little personal moment. Don't know when I get a chance to share that with brother again, but I'm glad he's there. Okay, so that's right, Sister Cece. We get paid to save. All right. So what's going to happen when you reach level 3 in your business? Hey, Sister Deb Nixon. You know, it's a free account, and I always say, you can't lose anything by following us, but you can't gain anything if you don't. If it's free, what you worried about? You know, when someone says to me, oh man, but the gold costs too much. Yeah, compared to what? What are you comparing it to? Where you can't get gold anywhere else right now. And we are the only company that provides free gold and free gold cryptocurrency. I said free gold cryptocurrency. I didn't say free gold backed. I didn't say free gold linked. I said free gold cryptocurrency because we have the only opportunity there as well. You need to get in when you fit in. And if you don't fit for free, man, I just don't understand it. Any rate, it's free to join. It's your own business. It puts you in business in over 145 countries around the world. It's unlimited income. It's an heritable business. You can will it to someone. You can will it to a loved one. You can will the business aspect to a loved one. You can't will your job. You can leave folks your debt. But you don't want to do that, right? So, you know, you want to position yourself, okay? Every activity in the world of Caraballs is an asset producing activity. Why? Our packages are in gold. We exchange the paper dollars for gold. We grow our gold and our wealth. Look, on top of the, hey, Sister Edith Smith, the diva, the gold diva, chapter 5 of this book, Future of Money, from Dr. Harold Constantine Seiss, CEO and founder, right? Matter of fact, if you go to the homepage of caraboss.com, you see where you can download that chapter, the excerpt. It's the 5th chapter of this book. It's called Crisis and Catastrophes, How You Can Prepare. And he lays out not only hey, Brother Haskell, I'm like him. Not only does he lay out the history of failing fiat currencies around the world and lay out some of the circumstances by which we're experiencing now and what could possibly happen in a pandemic. You know, he talks about the loss of power and how you need to be equipped. He talks about cash reserve. He talks about gold reserves. He talks about storing on your accounts, what to do with food and water, how much you need to have stored. You know, he has a whole plan in his mind. Then he also talked about how much gold you need to have access to physically. You see? So, you know, and he's giving that for free. Y'all need to check it out. Y'all need to check it out. Okay. That's right. See, I don't think they heard me. We get paid to save. Caraboss does that. That's level 3, folks. That's level 3. So you don't have dividends. You get hit off. Okay. But what I mean, you don't have risks. It's because Brother T and others, what you have is gold. Gold is now a tier 1 asset. What that means is it carries no risk. So you're not a part of the lottery of 401ks and retirement funds and stock markets and options and all the like. You know, you have it or you don't. It's all winners, no losers. No losses, only gain. Gold has never failed an economy, ever. It has always offered price stability. Always. We're not talking about gold futures. We're not talking about ETFs. We're talking about physical gold that has the power of digital mobility. Oh, at a push of a button, yeah, you can have the gold delivered to you. I get it all the time. I got another FedEx package yesterday. See, I get it all the time. Okay. But what I'm saying to you is that you need money. Real money, and cash is not money. Cash is a medium. Cash is currency, but all current relies on a power source, and that power source has to be an asset. It has to be an instrument of value that continues to appreciate over time. You don't have that in the paper dollar. You don't have that in the fiat currencies. You don't have that in lower tiered assets. But in gold, you have it. This man, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, in his book, I'm trying to get to it, in his book, Fall of America. Fall of America, chapter 20. Chapter 20 speaks to the decline of the dollar, and he lays out emphatically how England and America sealed their doom when they came off the gold and silver standards. When they abandoned those standards, hey, Brother David Buckner, when they abandoned those standards, that's when they sealed their doom. They cannot get back to it. They will not be able to get back to it. And see, the issue here is they've printed so much paper that there's no intrinsic value. There's no bang to your buck. See, money has to be, and we went through this yesterday. You can go to our YouTube channel and look at the elements of money. Okay, at the Eric Trey Muhammad YouTube channel. That's not a shameless plug. I meant to plug that. Okay, so what you have, hey, Brother Vincent Muhammad, Assalamu alaikum. What you have is money has to be divisible, right? It has to have portability. Okay, it has to be measurable. You know where you can accurately divide it for counting purposes. It has to be scarce because in its scarceness, it grows value, and it has to be able to store value and store your labor. You can't do any of that, let alone all of it, with the paper fiat. So these are things that we really must embrace and understand. So this is a quick a little to do. You know, I wanted us to understand the power of time. That's right, Deb Nixon. Cash is trash. You know, I want us to understand the power of time from people who have notably, successfully manipulated their activity. Listen to what Mr. Schwarzenegger said about what he did with his 24 hours. And look at all of us who have the same 24 hours, talking about we don't have enough time to do everything in a day. This cat was bodybuilding and broke. And he was going to school at night, 4 hours a night acting. And he would come back home and he would work out. And then he would go back to doing his routines. Okay, he worked construction because there was no money in bodybuilding. He just had a dream in front of him. Steve Harvey said, you cannot sleep 8 hours. Elijah Muhammad taught us through this other book, How to Eat to Live. You know, the basic human being only needs 2 to 4 hours of sleep a day when they eat right. You know how food weighs you down? Hey, I know how much I personally saved just this past month of Ramadan and how our gold savings looks in our households and in our business. You see, you have that power too. This weekend, I'm closing. This weekend, by Sunday, all of you who are registered in the 90-day Run to Wealth, you're going to see a couple of worksheets and some notes that you'll be able to utilize when we get together on Tuesday. Some of you have really expressed, some of you expressed just how well you did with the last exercise. That's a daily exercise. You know, don't stop. Get it, as Deacon Rufus says. You know, it's Willie Brown's puppet. You know, Deacon Rufus. You know, he says, get it. Don't stop, get it. I think I'm gonna post that. That's right, Sister CC, stay woke. You know, so when you utilize the terminologies, the definitions we defined in last Tuesday's session, and when you utilize the worksheet there, it identified immediate money that you had that you didn't have to go out and punch a clock to get, that you didn't have to go out and borrow, you know, you didn't have to go sell your soul. The money was already there. But you only know that when you organize your time. You only know that when you organize yourself behind a sense of purpose. All right. And you're going to hear some of the victories from some of the wealth builders this Tuesday evening in the next portion of that class. All right. And I'm just really excited. You're going to hear from them. You're going to hear some of these victories, you know, and so that's this Tuesday coming for the 90-day Run to Wealth. Is session number 2. And of course, the direct links are sent out. Some of you talked about how you couldn't find it on the YouTube channel. Well, those of you that talked about it, you did not register for the course. So you're not going to be able to find it on the YouTube channel. Unfortunately, that is for those who registered and enrolled into the opportunity in this 90-day Run to Wealth. But it doesn't mean they won't share it with you. It doesn't mean that they can't share it with you. You know some of these wealth builders, and just go on back to them and see if they're willing to be charitable in that way, you know. But I will say in the third session, not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday following, there'll be a different link available where all of you can invite everybody to the platform for that particular session. Because when you get past this week number 2, man, you're going to have so much to celebrate. You want people to know that you got a handle on this. All right. So again, I thank you. And that's right. Sister, we can't sleep if we're running. We can't. You know, Steve Harvey said, man, you know, you can't sleep 8 hours a day. You know, you sleep if you wake up at 8 o'clock in LA, it's already 11 o'clock in New York. The stock market has already been open for 2 hours. Other people are satisfying, you know, or decision making around your life while you're in bed. You know, remember how Mr. Best talked about how when Big Boomer talked to him about this opportunity, he said, if you take a serious look at this, Ty, you won't be able to sleep at night for a while. You won't be able to rest for weeks. It is so true. I'm up all of the time, and my family thought I was flat out crazy. Then they found themselves under shelter in place rules. Now they're up all the time too, because there's only so much sleep you can get in a day when your body and your mind and your soul is telling you got to do something because you were created to do something. So you might as well do something for yourself. All right. So I thank you for the time, and just know that there are 3 levels to a business, general levels. Okay. You have the startup, you have the owner reliant company, and you have the owner independent company. The owner reliant company, level 2, is the self-employed, basically. All right. The startup is the self-employed, or the one who has a dream, but they might be utilizing other aspects to finance making that happen because they yet have garnered any control of it, and they definitely don't have any freedom because you don't have any leverage. But when you develop the leverage, you then also develop the wealth. And in our opportunity in Caribars International, we start out at level 3 right away, right out the gate, because we're not spending anything ever in Caribars. That saving in gold, what I showed you from my the screenshot on my phone earlier in this presentation, how did I secure it? I got my weekly commission from Caribars, and I just use that commission to acquire the gold to put on the account that's going to pay me more money at the first Monday of next month. I'm not coming out of my pocket for any of this. And I've been in now a little more than a year. Some of you have been here 6, almost 7 years, and you haven't come out your pocket since your initial investment. Because it's a system that pays for itself when you pay yourself first. Money will appreciate you. So those are your 3 levels of making money. Okay. 97% of the people are in jobs or self-employed. 2% of the people have money making money for them. But 1% of the people are at level 3, where you have multiple streams of income. What's important there, in the same opportunity. In the same opportunity. They have multiple streams of income. Caribars, when we do our wealth building presentations, example, like 12 o'clock today on Gold Rocks, you're going to hear Brother Dante Taylor elaborate on how we make our money. He shows minimum 7 streams on the screen and only details 4. And if any of you have any doubt of how this works, simply put, look at this. When you come to 12 o'clock and we show you how you can get paid 5 times a month, saving your own money in gold, would you do it? Because we can show you. We're doing it. We are wealth builders doing this everywhere. So with that being said, family, I thank you for the opportunity. Please remember that we have to pay ourselves first. That is the bedrock to all that we do, all that we need to do. And I want to thank everybody for being a part of this opportunity to build. Team Freedom, Brother Jamil's in the house. Team Freedom, Team Union, Team Audacity, the Michigan Millionaires, Team Legacy, Team Golden Visionaries. I mean, there's so many of you here. It's just a sign of what we can do with our unity. It's just a sign of what we can do with our power. Just think, if all of us, over 100,000 of us in wealth builders, we're not talking about the million affiliates going for $1 billion in Caribars. I'm talking about just the 100,000 in wealth builders. Do you know if we just gave 1/10 of a gram of gold collectively, we can settle pretty much every ill in society? We can. It's a fact. It's a fact. So pay yourself first. Is your dream, is your why big enough? Okay. Today, 10:45 a.m., Mr. Rodney Berger is on the power call, www.goldrocks.info. Then at 12 noon, you have Brother Dante Taylor holding it down with the live presentation. And then into the evening, you have Brother Matthew Taylor. You know, it's a Taylor gang up now. Matthew Taylor, the young millennial millionaire, is holding it down this evening at 9 p.m. And then a reminder that Collective Enlightenment is on California Radio at 8 p.m. this evening. I'm sorry, I said 9 earlier, but 8 p.m. Collective Enlightenment is on California Radio, 8 p.m., not 9 p.m. Okay, 8 p.m. Eastern, Collective Enlightenment. And then, of course, returning to the platform, as I announced earlier, in 2020, we have Brother Khalito Muhammad, who is returning from behind the veil. He dusted off his mic and announced it yesterday. And we're happy and excited. We're just totally amped at Team California. We're totally amped over California Radio. I mean, to see this brother step up out here, and you know, like Jamil and others of us know, what kind of process this man has come through the last 15, 16 years. You need to get his book also, by the way, Universal Justice. You know, reach out to California Radio and find out how you can get that book. Okay, I want to thank all of you. Hey, Sister Patricia, thank you, Queen. I appreciate all of you for the opportunity to share and be with you today. And I am going to jump because I want to get to the remainder of Sister Lakeisha McKnight. I always got to get on and get that Bible study in. I'm going to get to Brother Consu, see what's popping with him. Then I'm going to get to my power call. Then I'm going to get to my live presentation. Then I have a presentation that I'll be doing I think it's at 2:00 today. And so, family, anytime you see any of the wealth builders doing a live presentation, this opportunity, drive your prospects, drive your friends, drive everybody there. Wa alaikum salam, Sister Colleen, because what happens is you don't know which one of us represents the trigger to their activity. So please, by all means, do your best to do that. I want to thank you again. Peace and power to all of you. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful morning. I'll see us tomorrow morning, and I have some great, great, great jewels, God willing, to drop on us tomorrow. Peace and power. Forward.
Peace, strong words, love, soul, and change. Yeah, Big Snoop Dogg, coming at you live and direct. And I got something to say. You dig?
Let's change the world, divided we all unite. Let's change the world, no fight, no problem, let's learn to live again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
Brother, 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 what will you discover if we come together and do it like we never? I'm just sick and tired. I'm fit to light the fire. Now put this on the wire. The devil is a liar. I do this with no hesitation. Meet me at the reservation. Elevating, educating, meditating, concentrating. Replenisher, finisher, opposite of sinister. And I do it for the minister.
Let's change the world, divided we fall, unite, we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, so let's learn to live again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
Somebody need to stop the war. Man, the war ain't overseas, it's at your front door. And I done seen too many brothers shot up on the floor for more than drugs and some colors. And now you call us warlords. But if you can help it, then help it. But you ain't helping us. You so selfish and selfless, you wanna see us breathless and helpless. But I'ma hustle and tussle for all my brothers who struggle. Yeah, we bang the world. Now let's change the world.
Let's change the world, divided we fall, unite, we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, so let's learn to live again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. make hope for the future.
No killing, no shooting, no dying, no lying, no gang banging, so no more mamas crying. Everybody get along, man, that be the perfect song. Peace in the streets as I sit back on my phone, chilling with the president. He let me in the White House, back to the castle with the minister, no doubt. Shoes at the front door, love is what you come for. Let's get it right and unite, but do it
Let's
pronto.
change the world, divided we fall, but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fight, no wars, so let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.